Good evening and thanks for joining us. The city's daily COVID tally topped 10,000 today. For the first time in nearly 3 months, 15 more COVID patients died. Authorities have warned of a possible early arrival of the twindemic. That's a double onslaught of the flu and COVID outbreaks before winter comes. Hong Kong logged 10,000. The mainland logged 35,800 new COVID cases, slightly fewer than yesterday. Several cities have loosened their anti-COVID policies. Vice Premier Sun Chunglan said the Omicron variant's ability to cause disease has weakened and that the mainland's infection control is now facing a new situation. Danny Rao has more. In Hong Kong, Beijing's liaison office set up a memorial service for well-wishers to mourn the passing of former President Jiang Zemin. But bookings are needed on top of a slew of COVID prevention
Visitors
measures.
wishing to pay their last respects to Jiang at the liaison office will have to present proof of a negative test result. And if you're wearing a mask like mine, you have to pay tribute outside the building. This as the liaison office requires an N95 or a mask of high protection to enter the memorial hall. To pay their respects, the public have
Former President Jiang Zemin's memorial service is scheduled to be held at 10 a.m. on December 6 at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. Today, national flags have flown at half-mast on governmental buildings on the mainland to mourn his death. Many world leaders paid tribute to former President Jiang Zemin, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. The United Nations Security Council paid respect with a minute's silence during the meeting on Wednesday. Danny Rao tells us more.
I would ask all present to stand and observe.
President Xi Jinping met with President of the European Council Charles Michel at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing this afternoon. Michel is on a one-day visit to China and will also meet Premier Li Keqiang. During the talks, President Xi said that locally, the High Court today agreed to adjourn media tycoon Jimmy Lai's national security trial to December 13th. Earlier, the Department of Justice had written to the court to apply for an adjournment, citing a legal interpretation by Beijing is needed to determine whether overseas lawyers can take part in national security cases. Chrissy Khan was at the High Court. Hong Kong total retail sales in October jumped 3.9% year-on-year, with online sales surging by over 34%. Some retailers said they are confident of having improved business during the Christmas holiday compared with last year. Total retail sales was estimated. 2 former Cathay Pacific flight attendants were sentenced to 8 months in jail for breaching quarantine rules. The 2 defendants, overseas, the U.S. House has voted to head off a nationwide rail strike, passing a bill that would bind workers and companies to a proposed settlement that was reached in September, but rejected by some of the 12 unions involved. Business groups have warned the White House that any halt to rail services would cause a $2 billion a day hit to the American economy. Matthew Bray reports.
The yeas are 290.
A member of the British royal family's household has left her role after making unacceptable comments to a woman at a reception at Buckingham Palace. And Gilzi Fulani, and that's the news. Thank you for watching. Good evening. A bit of more December coolness in the air today. This as the mercury over parts of the New Territories dipped below 14 degrees with more clouds and drizzle. At 5 p.m. an intense northeast monsoon ushered in cooler weather to the coast of Guangdong. It was mainly cloudy over southern China. Up until 5 p.m. today's temperatures range from 15.6 to 18.4 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 66 and 79%. A trace of rainfall has been recorded since midnight last night, and the current temperature is 16 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 71%. So very pleasant. Mainly cloudy and rather cool in the morning with bits of rain patches. Temperatures will range between 13 and 18 degrees. The mercury will rise progressively over the weekend. Tomorrow morning's air quality health risk will be low. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 5. Now to the latest global weather update. That's the weather. Have a lovely evening.